Have you ever wondered what the world looks like to a dog? Or a cat? Or a bee? We take it for granted that the sky is blue, that leaves are green, that fire trucks are red. But the truth is, those colors aren't universal. They're just how we see the world. And that world? It changes completely depending on who's looking. Let's start with us, humans. Our eyes are equipped with 3 types of cone cells. They're sensitive to red, green, and blue light. These 3 colors blend together in our brains to create the rich spectrum of shades we experience every day. From violet to turquoise to sunset orange. But here's something wild. The range of light we see? It's just a tiny fraction of what's actually out there. Imagine the electromagnetic spectrum as a giant piano. Visible light, the part we see, is like a few keys in the middle. But animals? Some of them play the high notes. Some play the low. And some? They play an entirely different instrument. Let's look at dogs. Dogs only have 2 types of cone cells, blue and yellow. That means they can't really see red or green the way we do. To us, a bright red toy might pop off the grass. But to a dog, it all blends into a similar shade of muted brownish yellow. It's like living in a world with fewer crayons. But here's the thing, dogs don't need color. Their superpower is elsewhere. They're masters of movement detection. And their sense of smell? Up to 100,000 times better than ours. While we watch the world, dogs sniff their way through it. So, if you've ever thrown a red ball and wondered why your dog loses it in the grass, now you know. It's not bad eyesight. It's just different priorities. Now, let's talk cats. Cats also lack full color vision, but they're built for the night. Their eyes have more rod cells, which are incredibly sensitive to low light. They can see in the dark about 6 times better than we can. Imagine navigating your house at night, without turning on a single light. A cat does that effortlessly. But it's not just about seeing shapes. Cats are tuned into motion. Even a flick of a tail or twitch of a paw across the room catches their attention. That's how they hunt. That's how they survive. So while we fumble around in the dark, they're basically night vision ninjas. Now, let's go even smaller. Let's talk about bees. Bees see things we literally can't. They can detect ultraviolet light. What does that mean? Well, many flowers have ultraviolet patterns on their petals, patterns invisible to us. But to a bee? Those petals light up with landing strips, arrows, and signals pointing exactly where the nectar is. To us, a daisy might look plain and white. To a bee, it's practically glowing with secret symbols. It's like nature left behind a hidden code, and only bees got the decoder ring. This ability helps them pollinate the right flowers, find food quickly, and return to their hive with precision. So the next time you see a bee buzzing around a flower bed, remember, they're seeing an entirely different garden. Now let's look to the skies. Birds have one of the most impressive visual systems in the animal kingdom. Many birds, like pigeons and parrots, don't just have 3 cones like we do. They have 4. This 4th cone allows them to see colors we can't even imagine. They see into the ultraviolet, just like bees, but with even more nuance. Their world might be filled with hues and gradients that our brains aren't wired to comprehend. And raptors like eagles? They've got some of the sharpest eyes on the planet. An eagle flying hundreds of meters in the air can spot a rabbit hiding in the grass. Their eyes are so densely packed with receptors, they can detect details we'd never notice, like a twitching tail or a shift in the wind. It's like having built-in binoculars. Now let's leave the sky and go underground, or underwater. Some animals don't just see the world differently, they use entirely different senses. Take bats, for instance. They don't rely on eyesight to navigate. They use echolocation, sending out high-pitched sounds that bounce off objects and return to them like a sonar map. They can fly at full speed through pitch-black caves, detecting every wall, every stalactite, every tiny insect in their path. To them, sound becomes sight. And snakes? Some species, like pit vipers, can detect infrared radiation. They literally see heat. To them, a mouse scurrying through the underbrush looks like a glowing signature of warmth. Even in total darkness. These abilities aren't just cool party tricks, they're survival mechanisms. But it leads to a deeper question. Why are animal senses so wildly different? Because evolution doesn't design for beauty. It designs for efficiency. Each species develops the tools it needs to survive in its specific niche. Dogs didn't need red, so they lost it. Cats evolved to hunt at dusk. Bees needed to decode floral messages. Birds needed aerial precision. Snakes had to strike in the dark. Bats needed to fly where no light could reach. Their vision isn't better or worse. It's just adapted to their world. And that brings us to the strangest realization of all. The world doesn't actually look one way. There is no universal visual truth. Reality, at least what we see, is subjective. It depends entirely on who's looking. So when you walk through a park or stare at a sunset, remember this. Your version of that moment is unique to your species. To your dog, it's a canvas of smells and motion. To a bee, it's a glowing tapestry of ultraviolet light. To an eagle, it's a high-definition scan of every moving leaf. And to you? It's a beautiful, human illusion. So, which animal's vision blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this dive into the invisible world, hit that subscribe button for more science you can actually see. Thanks for watching.